What's going on, Dan?
How's it going on, man?
Not much, man. How's your Sunday going, man?
Oh, great, 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 great.
Judy, what's going on? How you doing? Oh man.
So, I get some music playing. So, Smokey Q.
Yeah, man.
So, what's your thing? Are you a backyard guy? You a comp guy?
I'm a backyard guy. I've done a couple of competitions, and I'm a church pit master. Basically, that's what I am. I just enjoy cooking as much as possible
Okay.
for as many people as I can. So I
And you
rather
main
do it out of the backyard, do it at the church, make people happy. That's my thing.
Okay. What kind of church are you involved with?
I'm involved with an Episcopal church up here in the Bay Area.
Okay. So
So
you're
we
in
have
California.
yeah, we have a small congregation. It's about a congregation of 35 people, uh, mainly senior citizens. So during this time, I have basically been going up there on Mondays or Tuesdays and cooking, a hot meal for them just in case they don't get one or you're living on TV dinners right now or whatever. Just make sure
Okay.
they're eating. Kind of doing a little good, community service work right now.
Nice, nice. I do. I do a lot of cooking at my church too, down here in Orange County.
Yeah.
It's a Calvary Chapel um, based organization, but that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
So,
enjoy doing it, and a lot of the parishioners they don't understand until they say, "Hey, I want to cook with you one day." At the next potluck. All right, be here at 2 a.m.
right,
What? Yeah, be here at 2 a.m. That way we can have what's ready to go at 11. Are you serious? Yeah, I get here at 2 a.m. to do this. Well, I'm in bed by then. Yeah, okay. Better luck next time.
right, right. So you're
So
cooking kind of old school methods then. You're
yeah,
burning sticks. What are you doing? Coal?
I am right now up at the church. I have my Gorilla Grill Silverback. I have a Gorilla Grills Chimp. And if I need reinforcements, I have another Silverback here at my mom's house. And then I have another, I have a Yoder YS 640 over at my house. And then I've
Okay,
got another YS 640 showing up on Tuesday.
okay. So Gorilla Grills, they're kind of interesting. Um, I have one of their controllers running one of my pits, and I haven't really seen one of their cookers up close. I don't know what it compares to.
I would say they compare it to a Pit Boss or a Traeger. They're in pretty much the same line of what they are. They're not the high priced ones. Sorry, some guy on a Harley was going by, but they're not the high priced ones. You can get one out the door, shipping included, on their website for $7.99
Yeah,
to your door. You know,
yeah,
and I have had very good luck with both the companies that I have, Yoder and Grill Grills. The customer service is 100%. They back their products 100%. So there's no trying to fight somebody to get warranty service or anything like that. Uh,
right. I've watched a lot of. I think the guy's name is Mark.
yeah,
The
Mark Graham. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark is a really really good guy. It was July 5th of last year. Uh, I actually ordered the chimp from them, and it got delivered. It looked like it's been drop kicked. So I started setting it up on July 5th when I, was able to. Thing just wouldn't fire, was having problems. So I ended up calling Grill Girls that morning. They tried everything they could to get me running. And I guess they're working a half day, and Mark actually called me back on his cell phone. He's like, "Look, I want to get you up and running. I want you to be able to cook." It's like, I've got other grills. I'm, not going to be able to cook. I'm just not going to be able to use the chimp.
right.
Um, So he went way out of his way on a day where he did not have to actually, call me back on a cell phone. I mean, I've got his direct line if I have any problems with any of my with any of my grill products. But this, they're a really stand up, company to work for. They were one of my second pellet grill that I've ever owned. I've had a Traeger before, but it was from back in 2003 and it died, So I was looking for something new. I had a Bradley smoker, which looks like a little refrigerator, and there's nothing wrong with
What
that.
brand was that? A Gravity, you said?
No, it was a Bradley smoker.
Oh, Bradley.
They're out
Okay.
of Canada, and they have the little pucks that you put in that
Yeah.
you gets the pucks in. And it was great. I ran it till it died, but the only thing is trying to get those little pucks when you need them. I mean, with pellet
Right.
grill or Weber, I can go anywhere to go get fuel. I can go to the local Vons or Safeway, and they have the Traeger pellets. I could throw them in, be up and running. But just trying to get those little biscuits, I'd have to plan what I'm cooking at least 2 weeks in advance.
Right.
Make sure I had just enough stuff, but. And then actually a couple weeks after I ordered the chimp, then I actually ended up getting the Yoder, the YS640.
Okay.
What's going on, Matt? What's going on, Alex? So I ordered up the YS. So I got the YS640, and then I ordered up another Silverback, and I was pretty close to being murdered by the girlfriend.
Oh.
I ended up probably having to sleep on the couch for a better part of a couple weeks. She was mad. She was pissed, and rightfully so. I spent how much money?
Yeah.
twenty
They're
five
not
hundred
cheap.
on 2,500 on the Yoder, and then another $700-800 on the Silverback and everything else, plus the chimp. So yeah, she wasn't really happy, but oh well, that's the way life is at times.
Right. So let's rewind and go back to what when did you start? What got you started?
Oh, I started probably almost 30 years ago. I'm 40 now, so probably about 30 years ago I started. And it's a real interesting thing. I ended up at a family barbecue, and one of my uncles
The
started
Pop Smoke.
cooking a roast on the grill, and he pulled it off about half an hour after, and he finished it off in the oven. And I asked him, I said, "Can't you finish that off on the grill?" He's like, no, you can't finish off a roast on a grill and still have it, you know, moist and everything like that. And so I was kind of bound and determined to prove him wrong. So I mowed lawns, saved up money, and I bought my first Weber kettle, his old 18-inch kettle. And I just kept trying, would save up a little bit of money, go down, go get some chicken, try, cooking some chicken. The first few cooks I did were complete crap. Burnt pieces of chicken. I mean, they're hard like charcoal and everything. I didn't know what
Right.
I was doing. And then I ended up, and this is back before the days of Google and, all that kind of stuff. So I went down to the library and I started looking at a couple, barbecue cookbooks. And at that time, there weren't that many. Weber had one out and they've since updated it. And so I was just looking and I finally figured out how to do, the indirect method, how to sear, all that kind of stuff. So I started using that knowledge of what I got out of the Weber book to kind of enhance, what I was doing. I was finally able to pull off some chicken, which wasn't burnt to a crisp. I was able to do, steaks. I mean, being, 10, 11 years old, at the time, I mean, I wasn't getting, the, 10.99 a pound. I was getting, we've got some of these steaks over here that we're trying to get rid of for $3 each, But, when you're young and you're trying to come up and learn something, that's the way you gotta go. Sometimes you gotta take the cheaper route and learn your craft before you start, feeding a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, those are pretty simple. Hot dog, the way I cook until they split. They're good. Hamburgers, usually a medium well on them. I still want a little bit of pinkness in them. I'm not trying to go for shoe leather.
Right.
So I just kept going and going. And then I got hooked up with this church that I'm at now. I was at another church and I did a lot of cooking there. And but every time I asked, hey, can I bring my grill down and, grill down here? Oh, no, no, no. So I'd have to cook everything up at my house and then bring it on down. Well, the church I'm at now, I asked them, I said, hey, is it cool if I leave a grill here? Yeah, that's no problem. So, now I've got, Silverback and a chimp sitting over at church. I've also got a propane grill and a charcoal grill over there just in case I have, you know, more food than grills available. So
Right.
they've been real cool on, supporting me through the past, I don't know how many years, but that's my backstory of, how I got cooking.
Okay. So, um, you know, what what made you take that turn to pellet cookers? It sounded like sometime you decided.
I was always kind of interested in them. I mean, at the time in 2003, the only thing that was out was a Traeger. Traeger had the patent on it, and the patent expired in 2006. And I was intrigued by it, and I was at barbecues galore, and I was just, staring at it. And it was, I don't know whether it was probably a 24-inch model. I'm not even sure what model it was anymore. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
And they talked me into it, and they talked me into it. So I came home, put the pellet grill together. I liked it. It was, cool. No burning, no flare ups. Okay, I can deal with this. I still, rock the charcoal grill every now and again. I've been called out by a few people. I said, all you are is a pellet grill cook. You can't cook with charcoal. So, I've started doing some of my videos on YouTube with, the Weber every now and again, rocking that one out. Just to
Okay.
prove, I can still, I still got it. This old dog still got it in him to do it. So,
Yeah, I've been known to take some shots at uh, people take shots at me because I smoke on pretty large format pellet cookers and uh,
you know, every cooker out there has its pros and cons. I mean, I don't think there's any, wrong or right grill for anybody. It's just, what you are accustomed to.
right,
People, they will cook on charcoal. Some people will cook on gas. Some people will cook uh,
right,
on pellet grills, and some will just cook over an open fire.
yeah,
There is no wrong way to cook it as long as you're putting out, good food, If you're
exactly,
happy with what you're putting out, that's all that should matter.
exactly,
You know?
exactly.
So,
I have, I have charcoal grills. I got stick burner, but when I cater, because I want things to be consistent,
yeah.
I use my pellet cookers, and it produces a really consistent flavor, and it really allows me to do more things while I'm cooking for a large number of people.
But
So,
yeah, especially if you have that large number of people, you could be, making up the side dishes and not worrying about your temperature on, stick burner or charcoal or, whatever.
right,
It's, I hate the fact that, people, and I've heard them called before the easy bake oven of cooking. I've heard them called
right,
that before. And to me, it's not the easy bake oven of cooking. You still have to know what to do. There's still maintenance involved, and you will still see all these people all over YouTube. All you have to do is pellet grill exploding, and you will see people that need their barbecue card revoked.
right.
So, it's not
Definitely.
for everybody.
No,
Barbecue's not for the faint
no.
of heart. If you really, really want to get into it, it's not for the faint of heart. I could do, in good 45 minutes trimming up a brisket in order for it to sit on the cooker for, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours to
Right.
get exactly what I want out of it. And people just think, oh, you just go out there, slap the meat on the grill, and that's the end of the story. Well, no, that's not really the end of the story. That's just where the story begins.
Right.
The story begins when I start selecting that meat at the store. Then I bring it home to trim it up, season it, you know, figure out which wood I want. Do I have to dump the hopper? Or am I low enough where, this cherry wood won't, affect this hickory that's going on it? But, I kind of use, whatever I want, when it comes to, pellets. I don't think there's really a bad choice of, pellets to use when you are cooking. Oh no, what's going
Right.
on? So I don't think there's any real bad choice to use that way. I mean, you kind of want to match with your seasoning and everything else. So I'm not going to, put some, heavy mesquite on something I want, real nice light flavor to. Now, if I wanted, a real deep, smoke flavor going through it, yeah, I'll throw in the smoke tube, light the smoke tube up, let that go, and I'll choose my pellets wisely. I'll lean towards hickory, beechwood, mesquite, oak, for the heavier stuff. But for a lot of the lighter meats, you can go cherry apple,
Right.
maple, things like that. Uh,
So,
Good.
oh, so where you want to take this? What would you like to? What would the end game be for you at this point?
Originally,
Oh,
when I started, my Instagram and YouTube, I just started this to keep a record of my cooks. I'm not in it to, make $100,000 a year. I'm not here to, you know, be Mr. Big Shot on, Instagram or anything like that. If I can help people along the way cooking and getting them to get some good cooks down, at the end of the day, that's my goal. If my advice to whoever I'm talking to at the time has helped them make a perfect cook, then I'm happy. And that's my end result. As long as my advice helps other people, I'm good with that.
right.
You know,
So as
there,
far as like where you want to take, so you're just more in it to help people out. You're not
I'm more
really
into
looking
help
to.
people keep a record of my cook, put out some good food, make some good friends while I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my whole goal on it. I don't want to be barbecue pitmaster, wars or anything like that. I want to just stay with what I'm doing. If
Yeah.
people want my advice, cool. If people don't want my advice, I'm all right with that. And
So
yeah,
we're if you had an uncapped number of sums and you could bring home any smoker right now with what you're doing, what would you want to bring home?
is it just one smoker or do I get multiple choices?
Well, yeah, I'll give you top three.
My top three. I'd bring home the Yoder Cinnamon
Okay.
pellet. pellet.
Is that pellet?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
pellet. They have a pellet
I thought
version.
I thought that was like a dual stick burner and pellet.
No. They have one that's a pellet version, and then they have another version that is just stick burner only.
Okay.
And I would probably bring home the. I would probably bring home the Kingman, Yoder Kingman,
Okay.
and just to round it out, I'd bring home an LSG, Lone Star Grills. I don't know which one I'd choose,
Okay.
but I'd choose something out of their catalog just to plop it in my backyard, just to sit there and burn on everything.
Right. So
Yeah,
why are you um what do you find in Yoder that you really like about their cookers?
the one thing I really like about their cookers, and they are one of the very few pellet manufacturers that actually manufactures right here in the United States. I think Pitts and Spitz is another one that does it, that manufactures here in the USA. And
Yeah.
then I think Lone Star Grills, they're coming out with their own pellet grill, so that's going to be very interesting to see. But
Right.
just in the way that Yoder has treated me
Okay.
in the past, that's why I lean towards them. I know how their customer service is. I know how the experience with them has been so far. Uh, I had when I got my first 640. I think next day my igniter went out. Brand new grill igniter goes out. So I called them. They overnighted me a new igniter.
Wow.
So, I've seen how they take care of their customers. And if they take care of their customers like that on a pellet grill, they should probably be able to take care of their customers like that with, a stick burner too.
Right. Right.
So
I have a Yoder flat top, 24 by 48 flat top.
those are nice.
Yeah. I've been really happy with it. I'm getting a Santa Maria attachment made for it right now.
Oh, wow.
And then I had a 1500 for a while.
What'd you do with that?
I ended up selling it because it just didn't have enough cooking space, especially for the footprint. It's a big smoker. It's a beautiful smoker. It's impressive as far as the size and everything. But at the time, I was really expanding and doing a lot more catering, and the 1,500 square inches just wasn't enough in that platform for me.
Yeah, you would ask me my honest opinion if you should have got the 1,500. I would have probably told you stick with 2 640s. You'll probably be just fine with those. Because I think
probably
actually you'd probably be able to fit more on 2 640s than 1,500.
True, but I needed something,
Yeah, one unit.
quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
I jumped to a Maverick 2000
Nice.
right after that.
Nice.
And it's served me pretty well. I also have a Myron Mixon 3600. That's the one I power with the Gorilla Grill controller. So, and I just sold my BFG from RecTech. So I was rocking those three for a while, and then
RecTech's RecTech's a great company. I've never used any of their products, but I've seen them up close, and they're a real nice pellet grill.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. I just I'm adding a gravity fed unit to my cooking lineup, so I had to kick one of the pellet grills out. So
So how do you wire up that grill controller up to the
Myron?
Yeah.
It's all plug and play. So I had to buy the right. So I bought the Alpha controller, the Silverback Alpha controller, and then everything else is just unplug. Make sure you plug the fan in with where the fan goes and all that stuff. And it's really simple. I thought the controller was going to struggle because this cooker's a 3,600 square inch cooker.
Yeah.
And that Silverback is what? It's about 700 square inches.
Yeah, almost pushing 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I was going to have to do some kind of adjustment in the P settings and stuff like that.
There are no P settings.
Mark was going to help me. Do you know what? I plugged it in. I turned it on. Sometimes it's maybe 5 degrees hotter or cooler, but it really hasn't affected any of my cooks. That pellet cooker smokes so well, and partial is because it's got a downdraft system built into the hood of it.
Yeah.
So the it doesn't exit out the top. The exits for the smoke is near the rear back.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah,
So so there's a natural downdraft, and man, that smoker and my Pits and Spits smoker, as far as pellet smokers, I could cook at between 250 and 275 and still get a really good smoke out of them. Where a lot of pellet cookers, if you go above the 250 mark, you're sure to lose a lot of that smoke flavor.
yeah. And I think that's also why I do my brisket, so low too.
Yeah,
If I
me too.
keep it, if I keep my brisket about 200 degrees, it seems to produce a lot better smoke ring. And for the first time in a long time, which was a couple weeks last weekend, I actually threw my my little smoke tube in there, which usually I don't do at all on anything. But I threw it in there. I just wanted to play around, see what's going to happen. Um, and it produced a nice smoke ring on that brisket I did.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So
Grill
let's
Goon, what's
go to
going on,
this.
man?
What's up?
Oh, Grill Goon's waving
Oh,
at.
um. So what's your favorite thing to cook for you and your family at home? What is your thing like?
I think my favorite thing to cook has to be ultimate favorite because I don't get to do it a whole lot. Would be brisket and turkey.
Okay,
I love a good turkey on the grill. There's nothing like it.
like the whole. You like doing the whole bird, or you like doing the breasts?
Oh, I
How
do
do
the
you
whole
like doing
thing. I do the whole thing.
it? Okay.
I do the whole thing. And before that bird ever makes it back into the house after it's done cooking, those legs are missing.
Yeah, they drop every time, right? You don't know what
Yeah,
happened to them?
they fall off. That's
Yeah.
what they fell off, and they're ashy now. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there with two of them on my plate, eating like a king. That's what I call the chef's choice right there.
Right. Right. And so with the brisket, are you trying to cook it more of a Texas style, more Kansas City? Are you trying to do it more competition style?
I
What's your
kind of do mine the way I trim up is, and we were talking about this. George from Coach's Pit and I, we have a thing that we do called Pitmasters Chat. We do it on Thursday nights, and we were going over, the differences and how he trims versus how I trim. I trim more of a backyard trim, so I still leave, a fair amount of fat on there. And he goes for a competition trim all the time. Um,
okay?
so, I'm not, I'm just going at it just to, produce something good and edible. The
So
more
what kind of
fat,
rubs are you using? What's your go-to rub
I
for
think
brisket?
for the last brisket I did Neil Serap's Dam on it, and that ended up being very very tasty. For the brisket that I did before, when I did brisket November, I used John Henry's pecan rub on it,
Okay.
and on one of them I used John Henry's pecan rub. The other one I used John Henry's brisket rub on it.
Okay.
Hey Blair, what's going on? So
And
yeah, I
what
did.
you like the best out of that?
Huh?
Out of those three rubs, which one would you say you like the best on brisket?
Asking me which is my favorite kid.
Right. Right.
I mean, they all have their great points. I mean, the Neil Serap's Dam has a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat to it, nice consistent flavor going through. Uh, the John Henry's brisket rub, it's a total savory rub is what that is. So that gives you a lot of, more towards the Texas flavor of, the salt, pepper, and garlic. And then the John Henry's pecan rub, that's a lot of sweet and a lot of heat. So it's not a heat that you will feel right now. It sneaks up on you in the end.
Okay.
So those are probably my three, go tos that I use for brisket right now. At one point in time, I was using a lot of burnt sacrifice when I could. when I could get it. The barbecue store here has been, with every, thing, the quarantine shelter in place, whatever you want to call it, has kind of put a damper on, supply lines around here.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to go with, John Henry's because I could order that offline. Neil Serap, I've been, following Neil and a lot of his ambassadors for a while. So I ended up, biting the bullet and I, bought it.
Okay.
So the Neil Serap rubs, or just the one I've tried, was more than I expected. I didn't think it was going to be that good. And, that's right now I think that's my go-to right now. It's
Okay.
a nice all-around rub. You can get away with using it on almost anything you want.
All right.
So
Why don't you tell the viewers how to find you on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram? Give them all your handles, and want to
my
make sure.
my handle is very simple on all of the platforms. It's Smokey Cue, SMOKEYCUE.
All right.
So if you look at my Instagram bio, there's a link to my YouTube there. There's a link on Twitter to my YouTube bio, to YouTube. And then I think on Facebook, I think I have a lot of my, I think it's linked as well. So I also try to upload as much as I can for YouTube on Tuesdays. Then I try to get my upload for Instagram, the same video, I upload it to Instagram TV on Fridays. And that's how I'm doing
Okay.
it.
Cool. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
No problem, Dan.
You can look up the. I'll be putting this on YouTube on my Dino Dan Smoking channel, and then I'll upload it to Instagram TV, so you can use it that way. However you want to use it, it's as much for you as it for me. All right.
Yeah, just be sure to tag me in it, man. That's all I ask.
All right, bro.
Dan, it was a
All right.
pleasure, man.
Take care. Good talking to you.
All right. Thanks, man.
Bye. All right. There you go. Impromptu barbecue cooker interview. This will be on the Cud episode 3. Thanks for watching. God bless you. If you want to get on this interview schedule, let me know. Send me a DM, and we'll do it. I want to get the word out. Peace.